languages on the same stage, on the same. Why? Because they want to protect our rights, and they want that each European citizen would be able to reach the information at any time. And when we speak about each citizen, each European citizen, it's not only citizens who are living in Europe. They might live other way. So it's so important also to think about those who cannot reach the information like everybody. For example, for the blinds, also for the hard of hearing, the deaf or hard of hearing. That's why in New Mons we have created 20 years ago a Master of Specialization in Audiovisual Translation. We call it like this at the beginning. You can find my lecture and my conference in the book. So why I'm talking about this? It's so important because Europe has created a law which she wants that every information should reach every citizen. So, for example, if I'm blind, how can I reach the information if it hasn't been audio described for me? It's so difficult. And although there are so much money in this field, we are not arriving, although that it has been voted, nearly we have to audio describe and subtitle 90% of our products, especially at media and on television. But till now, we didn't make anything, not all, in all, let's say, European countries. I don't know why we do not consider that these citizens, they don't have anything to do with the others, although they vote, they pay taxes, they pay contributions. And I don't know if you're seeing much, is it all right? This rapid, let's say, evolution has created needs on the market, because we need mediators. When I say mediators, especially translators, interpreters, audio describers, subtitlers, for example, remote interpreters. I don't know if you know the difference in between a remote interpreter and a conference interpreter, but our society needs all of these disciplines. And we found out that all of faculties, for example, who take care of translation and interpretation, do not include such disciplines, which is a real must now. So that's why we also found out that we don't prepare our students for the new generations. For example, if we have, if we would like as a student to work later at the European Union, our new generations are not prepared to know how to pass their tests, or if they can use all of the digital programs which are in the European Union, or if they can digitalize themselves, or if they can use all of the tools which are there. You will see that there are so many tools that oblige any who want to work in the European Union to nearly make a training, a special training before the test to be able to be accepted. And each year, the CUT, the Conference for Interpreters, the Conference for Institutions for Interpreting and Translation, they meet every year. And every year there is a representative from the European Union and from the DGT and DGI, which means the Directorate General for Interpretation and for the Translation, and they explain all of these needs. But in the assembly, there's only deans, there's only directors, and the information is not transferred to our students. And there are no, for example, courses that help our students to prepare themselves for such tests. We never tell them, for example, that the test, it might take nearly 6 months. to enter to the European Union. So that's why it's very important to just attire the attention of our professors to create something which will help our students later to enter the European Union or any international organization. Because in all of these international organizations, there is a jargon, they have their own terminology, they have their own digitalized terminology, they have their own archives, and we have to be prepared to use such programs and such, let's say, useful, because they are so useful for everybody, programs. So I won't take much from your time. If you'd like, you can ask any question. But the aim of this conference is just to attire attention that we have a real need for a strategy, for a curriculum, which would be, because anyways, the European Union in its policy wanted to harmonize all of our curriculums in Europe. It's the aim. And it's so important to explain that there is a need on the market. There is a need, a real need on the market, because there are not much, for example, audio describers in Europe. There are not much, for example, subtitlers on direct. We have sometimes we are asked to find some subtitlers, but who can subtitle simultaneously for example, seminars on implanting the cochlear or such very specialized and scientific seminars. So there is a real need, and we have to take care of this. And I hope that Romania, which is a great country, and I met so many interpreters in the European Union from Romania who are really very, very perfect, and they are so good in languages. I knew one of my students who used to know nearly 6 languages: Turkish, Romanian, Russian, French, English, even Arabic, and Turkish. So I know that they are capable, Romanian people are capable to work on such subjects. And I have no idea about your television, but we have conducted research, very important research for the European Union in 2011. And we worked not only on the European countries, but even the countries who would enter in Europe. We had nearly 11,600 answers. And it was really a very interesting inquiry, because we could find in each country what are the needs about subtitling and what the impact of subtitling on teaching languages. And we found out that, for example, the Scandinavian countries are the most important in English because their children watch TVs and subtitle films. So imagine how can we use, for example, subtitling also for teaching languages. I think I will stop here because